This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. In the past week, Sid had a birthday, and then both Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan died. We may be approaching peak Livecast. The only thing missing is a robot butt bump update. Wait, what? We have that too? Well, upgrade my firmware and call me Sally. Our IP Livecast starts now.
R.I.P. of Sally.
Oh,
wait.
Breaking news! Rob a butt bump update.
Yeah.
Is that true, or is that just a bit for the opening?
No, I had my semi-annual aspiration. I had the goo sucked out of my
gooch.
Out of my butt. My third butt cheek is now a half butt cheek.
So now it's 2.5 butt cheeks. That's your favorite sitcom.
Or like 2.25.
How many more? So does each one of those remove at that much, and then you're done with that many treatments, or does it like build up, and this is getting you back to like stasis?
Closer to the latter. So it's more just like just for my comfort. The good news is so I've been the last few years essentially. Let's take it all the way back for our new listeners. First of all, welcome to the Livecast. It's Rob here with Sid and Darren, getting personal from the top.
Oh, the bottom.
And I am the top. Talking about
from the top for
bottom.
the bottoms.
Even tops have bottoms, though. You have to remember that.
It's true.
Oh, I definitely have bottoms.
It's Rob's forthcoming memoir.
Even tops have bottoms.
Yeah.
It's the sequel to my first memoir.
That's certainly the show title.
With that.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, you have too full of a life to have only one memoir.
Well, that's my food memoir, and then my my cruising memoir.
That used to be your AIM profile statement, right? Was it that or something?
It's also my I think it's my Instagram bio.
I don't look at that too often.
But so about 8 years ago now, almost maybe even a decade ago, I have to look back. It's been a while. No, it has to have been more than 10 years ago now that I think about it, because I was still in the apartment that I took over from Sid's wife, and I haven't been in that apartment for 12 years now. So,
jeez.
So it's been at least 12 years, which is crazy. I remember it was like in December or something, and I was drunk going home, and I fell down the stairs on the subway and hit my butt on the corner of the stair, and like kind of it was a very comical fall, I'm
sure it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I laughed when it first happened, but then also was like, ow. Anywho, I had a big bruise and it was puffy, and I remember at the time I didn't have insurance, and I started calling some doctors. And they were like, yeah, we could do it, but you should just probably wait. It'll probably naturally go down. Big mistake. Should have just done it right away.
So if you had done it right away, you wouldn't have a third butt thing now?
Or it would have probably been significantly smaller.
I mean, this whole thing is insane to me. You're talking like, 15 years? Like that you still have a bruise from a fall. I mean, it was a bad fall. But like to me, 15 years. Well,
what happened is there's a pocket that formed on my skin, and now like it stretches. Like think about it, like when you cut your skin, like cut your knuckle or something,
I do it all the time.
And then, but like when you have just like a cut on your hand or something, or on your foot, whatever it is, and it just takes like a week or two to heal. But sometimes if you're active, it'll reopen up. So that's essentially what's happening with the skin on my butt.
And there's no permanent fix for this?
The thing is, so there's two options. What I currently do, which is go and just have them suck out whatever blood's in there with a needle, or the medical term aspirating. And the second thing would be to do like a surgery. And that would require anesthesia. It would be an overnight stay.
But like it's just one and done.
Well, the thing is, with that, first of all, there would be a huge scar on my ass, and there's no guarantee that the same exact thing wouldn't just keep happening once I leave the hospital. So it's just like, oh, I'm not going to go through all that for nothing, you know?
Yeah, no,
And it's not like, I wouldn't say it's ever painful. It's just uncomfortable. It's like like it's hard to lay flat on my back, but it's only hard to lay flat on my back like after a year, and that's when I'm like, oh, I should go and get it aspirated again. Like now, like for the next few months, I'm going to be golden. It's fine. It's still a little puffy, but
is
whatever.
golden also the color of the stuff that comes out of your bump?
No,
I doubt it.
It's more
Like
of a
pus?
brown. I've taken photos. I've showed photos. Yeah, I could show a photo of it.
I don't remember, and I don't want to remember.
We're about to.
It's like chocolate pudding.
It's gonna be
kind of
like the jus from roast beef.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's actually the best way to describe it. Yes, it's more like Rabba au jus.
Brennan, Carr, and Pasbani. We were just talking about Brennan and Carr in our Discord recently.
Yeah.
Famous
so so basically I go and I like lay on my stomach for an hour, and then they use these kind of needles to like this was in my butt.
I don't need
four. What is there? 4 vials worth? 5?
It's 4 big ones and then 1 small one.
How is that? How is it?
That was all
much?
in my butt.
How is it that much?
Know. It was a big pocket. So, interestingly, I did have some good news this time. Last time, so the time before the last time I did it, I think I went swimming maybe like the day after I did it, and almost immediately realized this is a big mistake. I need to get out of the pool right now because I could feel
a trail of brown.
Oh, no. Nothing like that. I just felt the skin stretching, and I'm like, oh, I'm probably reopening the wound. And so
they don't warn you like in advance, like don't do these activities within.
Not really. They were like, oh no, you can do whatever. It's fine. That's what they said. And
there was a trail of brown. You just went to White Castle before.
No, so then the last time I made sure to kind of take a few days off. I didn't go to jiu-jitsu, all that stuff. And good news was this time, this was the longest I've waited to have it aspirated just because of my schedule.
You were edging your butt bump.
I'm edging my butt bump. So this time it's been a year and a half. The last few times it's been a year. And it's actually smaller than it was the last time they performed the procedure. So I was very happy about that it didn't fill up as much. So I was like, oh, is there anything I can do to, help it along? Like, should I just not move for 3 days? And they're like, oh, no, you can move. You should just compress it because if the walls are smashed together, maybe they'll heal up quicker, they'll like latch onto each other more and not have that pocket. And so the doctor was like, you should just get like some compression shorts, wrap it. And so for the last 2 days, I got this hip support wrap for sciatica.
Oh boy! When did you model for that photo?
I'm wearing it right now. Well, what's so funny is I started looking at compression shorts, and it is Spanx, and a lot of them, for men specifically, are to flatten the stomach. There isn't much to just
So just put them on backwards.
Well, I started looking at funny enough, there were the ones for women that I'm like, this is exactly what I need. But it's for women, so I didn't get it. But then I found this hip thing, and this is exactly what I do. So I've just been walking around with this. I feel like such an old man, but you got to do what you got to do, baby.
Hey, man, I bought the most old man type of sneakers for work, and they're the best sneakers I've ever had. They're called Fitville. I'm giving a plug now. There's I can see 80-year-old men walking around. It's so unattractive. But I don't give a shit, because I put so much wear and tear on my feet. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not at a fashion show. Yeah. Oh my god, my feet are in heaven right now.
Rob, have you found images of these shoes to share with us?
Could you give me the brand?
Fitville. Fitville.
I just saw Dusty Rothwell said you're wearing 03 Triple H shorts, and he's actually accurate. These are basically exactly what I'm wearing. I got these compression bicycle shorts, and I kind of look like. This is kind of what I'm.
Yeah. Maybe he fell down in a ladder match and had his own butt bump. Rob, is that possibly why he was wearing them?
I think so. I think this was a thigh. Or what was it like when he pulled his?
He fell right on the side of. He fell right on the side of the steel steps of the ring. You think? I don't know. I think they look like old man sneakers.
I like how
Well, I don't
in
know.
this image the shoe is posed as if someone has their foot in it and
On
is
their
doing like a little
tippy-toes?
tippy toe kind of move,
Yeah.
but it's just an empty shoe.
No, I think they look.
They
They
look
look
fine.
much more. Yeah, like generic. Not like generic, but like standard. I
Workmanlike.
guess would be the best. Yeah, like they don't look old man at all. When I think old man, I think like New Balance type.
Oh, okay.
designs.
All right. Well, thank you.
Skechers like I wear. Skechers slip-ins.
Yeah.
I may wear them to
Oh.
actually going to the work site now, rather than hiding them and putting them on at the game.
Yeah, no, I think they're fine. They
Thank you.
almost look like they don't quite look like Nikes, but they look in that genre.
I keep picturing in my head
I'm
when
sorry.
I put them on that there's like some like group of 18-year-old New York kids that are gonna yo Fitville, he wearing Fitville.
What are those?
What the fuck is Fitville? Yo?
But does it even say that on the shoe anywhere that they'd
On
be
the-
able to read it?
On the tongue it says it.
It says it on the tongue, but you
Okay.
can hide the tongue in your pants.
Yeah,
you know,
just
your
get
pant
so-
over
yeah.
the tongue.
I'm not gonna go
Fair
that
enough.
far. I really don't care that much. I'm kind of joking about it for the show, but it is a little off-putting.
How much do they cost?
I don't know, like $40 to $60,
Oh.
maybe something like that.
That's a bargain.
I've spent like double that on worse shoes many times.
Get those Reebok pumps back in the day.
LA Lights. I remember those kids were so annoying with the fucking pumping every second pumping the sneakers up, like just to show off that they.
Oh,
could-
I had that. I had that when it first came out, and like what it was, I don't remember if it was. I think junior high, and
I
I
did too.
was like, I'm going to be great at basketball now, and I was not great at basketball at all.
I was
What do
just gonna say, I remember playing basketball with kids, and every time there would be a ball, like a change, like a shot or
It's like,
an
hang
out,
on, I got to
they'd-
pump.
Pause. Yeah, I got to pump. It's like, all right, enough.
I had those fucking shoes. They didn't do any. That fucking pump
Yeah.
didn't
It
do
made
anything.
it feel like slightly tighter on your foot,
Yeah,
but that's
I don't
it.
know.
That's it.
My recollection is that like when you got them out of the box and you pumped them up, it made it feel tighter, and then within like less than a week, it did nothing.
That's probably true. But they got you after that 1 week. You thought you were all of a sudden you're going to dunk.
I'm
You're
Jordan now.
10 years old, dunking on a rim. Never happened.
Well, Jordan would never wear Reeboks. I don't know about that.
No, that's also.
Okay, fine. Ruin the joke. That's fine. Whatever.
who
Mr.
was like
Branding.
Who was the
Who
Reebok
was
guy? Yeah.
this like the spokesman,
Did-
like the
Was
athlete?
David Robinson? Was it? Did he have
That
Reebok?
doesn't
Right.
sound. Was it David Robinson? Let's look on YouTube for a pump
Yeah.
commercial. I'm
It
gonna
was-
He
check.
had,
it was
the
Hawthorne
Reebok pumps were the
Wingo.
Robin-
It was David Robinson, really?
Yep. Mhm.
Lucius Harris.
He
was the
he had
Reebok.
the signature pump.
Oh,
The athlete with the least street cred of any '90s athlete.
he was a
He's
fucking
a sweetheart of a guy, but just
Army
the biggest
captain.
fucking nerd. Yeah.
Yeah. But those shoulders. woo!
Oh no, he's 100% your type, Rob.
Yeah, except for
100%.
not being Asian. He was 99%. If he was a black Asian, you
He was in the Navy, so maybe he sailed to
I have
the Pacific Coast, the Pacific
no problem
Rim.
with a little melanin
He-
on there. I like that.
Rob, would you give him a Pacific Rim?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. He wouldn't be clean cut after I got through with him. I'll tell you what. No.
You would top him?
Um,
Challenge or no?
It would be a challenge. Like taller guys are kind of weird. Like it's kind of a turn off for me. But
I was gonna say not a physical challenge so much, but mental challenge to top a guy
Yeah.
at 7'2" or whatever the fuck he was.
it's a lot of man to handle. A lot of mandel.
I love how two prominent people passed away this week. The whole show's about asshole for like 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Ass cheek
Well,
and
we're
asshole.
about to talk about. Speaking of assholes, Hulk Hogan passed away.
Yeah.
All right.
No, first Ozzy passed away earlier in the week, and I was very shocked. Specifically because they just had that farewell concert
Do you
2
think
weeks ago.
all
17
the
days
prep,
ago.
all the prep he had to do for that, like, sped up his death? Like, it
Wait.
just like completely wore him out to the point he had nothing left at that
Wait,
point.
he had
Maybe.
HIV? I didn't know that.
Ozzy had to do prep. I think it was just for the best. You never know what kind of hairdresser he gets mixed up with.
That's a good point.
He did stop taking some of his medication leading up to the event because I believe it gave him the shakes or something, and he wanted to
Oh,
be
for fuck's sake.
stable. But I don't know. I could also see that his body's like, well, what do I have to live for anymore? Like he was just looking forward to that, and it was such a huge dopamine rush, and he got to see all of his friends, and everyone said how much they loved him, and he got to say goodbye to everyone. That maybe his body was just like ready to go. I don't know.
That was like his funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's at least nice that you get to be alive for your funeral and get to receive all the well wishes and stuff, and then you cry.
Sure.
His actual
And then
funeral
now
is
it's all
Thursday.
for Sharon. Huh?
His actual funeral is this Thursday, allegedly,
Yeah.
or sometime this week.
Do we know where?
But-
Do we know any of the
I
specifics?
think it's in England. That's where he passed away. Like, where,
Oh, okay.
We know the guest, the lead speaker is going to be.
Mikey people.
Yeah,
It
wait.
is great. Like Ozzy is so lovable. Like everyone had so many great things. I will say one thing about Sharon that maybe she doesn't get enough credit for is because
Uh-oh. That ass.
Don't talk about me, ass. Very
No, I think-
sensitive.
She's single now. She's on the prowl. It's finally her time.
I was gonna say-
I've been shugging me housekeeper just like Ozzy.
How many decades do you think it's been since she's had her pussy properly eaten?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm sure.
He might have that sort of like reflexive like chatterbox action going because he can't control his mouth.
There's zero chance the last time her pussy was eaten, it was by Ozzy. Zero chance.
Yeah.
It was like
How did we
some
get on
young
this?
like lead vocalist trying to get on Ozfest. That was
Wow.
like the best sex she's gotten in the last 30 years was like Ozfest entry sex.
I can't tell if she's like a sexualized like if she really gives a shit about that. She might literally just masturbate to piles of money. I'm not even joking. Like I'm joking, but I'm half not joking. Like I could see her not having interest in sex.
Now, when you
whatsoever.
say masturbate to piles of money, do you mean like she's laying there using her hand and thinking about money, or she's like Uncle Scrooge, just like dry humping actual stacks of cash?
Both. I think she's dry humping stacks of cash, closing her eyes, and thinking about how much money she has.
Well, to that
She's
point,
dry
I
humping
always-
small bills while thinking about larger bills.
Yeah, that's the only way she gets turned down by Ozzy. Ozzy made all of this money for me to whack off with, for me to rub the knob.
I hope my mom isn't listening. She'd be very offended by how you're talking about her favorite Sharon Osbourne.
I thought you were gonna say that the way I'm making her into a Cockney woman, because that's the only British accent I can do.
No, I was gonna say, to your point, like Sharon really shielded Ozzy from a lot of criticism by being the villain, kind of. You know, like, oh, that's just Sharon, mate. You know, I'm sure Ozzy was far more in on it on certain things than we think. You know,
Good
but
cop, bad cop.
but I still with that, like, I've been thinking a lot about Ozzy's career, and I think a big reason for why he was so successful is because he, more than any other metal musician, got out there. You know, like he did media, he relentlessly toured, and to the point that he was the biggest draw. You know, like he worked for it.
He invented reality television.
That show really
He
was
one of those
the
first
model of it.
ones. Yeah.
Of that type, anyway. I mean, there
No,
was
they were
Survivor.
the first one.
Was
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one
yeah.
where they
that
watched
one
the
before
family.
Jessica Simpson?
Yes.
Okay.
It was the same producers that then did the Jessica Simpson.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it really like that gave him a whole new career. I feel, you know, and a whole new audience that got into Ozzy.
Yeah.
Just because of that show, and that's really how people like my mom even really know who he. Like she kind of knew who he was, but now. Like, and it got him to the. I want to show this clip of.
It didn't,
this classic
and it
clip.
didn't only get him a new career; it got his kids' careers. It got
Yeah, his
Sharon
wife.
on-camera career. Yeah, for everybody.
He had the same career trajectory as the Iron Sheik. Like he had a whole second thing when he was old, you know?
Yeah. I this clip, you know, there's a lot of clips of Ozzy surfacing, but I want to play this one from the White House Correspondents' Dinner in 2002,
Oh God.
where Ozzy was somebody's guest, and here's George Bush, G Dubs,
No.
talking about it.
Honored to be here tonight. Thanks for the invitation.
He bit the head off of Paul Wolfowitz.
What a fantastic audience we had tonight. Washington power brokers, celebrities, Hollywood stars.
It's the one where he looked under the table for the
Ozzy
WMDs. Oh, Ozzy Osbourne.
Well,
Hollywood stars, Ozzy Osbourne.
Osbourne.
He was so
he's so
pumped. Look at
excited.
him.
Oh my God. Why is everyone black and white behind him? What's going on here?
it looks like weird AI footage.
Yeah. He's already like kind of decrepit, like 20 years ago. Not really age. It's like lots of drugs and.
Well, it's Parkinson's.
Oh, is that he had Parkinson's then?
I
too?
mean,
Yeah.
it might not have been diagnosed, but I'm sure it was in
Yeah.
early stages.
Fair enough.
And now he's like, wait, where am
Might
I?
have been a mistake. Thing about Ozzy is he's made a lot of big hit recordings. Party with the Animals. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
Blown away.
Faith in Hell. Black Skies and Bloodbath in Paradise.
Yeah.
Loves your stuff.
Oh wait, I ran over his
What was the
punchline.
joke? Okay.
Black Skies and Bloodbath in Paradise. Ozzy, Mom loves your stuff.
I forgot how charismatic George W. Bush was.
It really just feels like Will Ferrell up there on the stage. It's
Yeah,
it's
that's
hard for
fair.
me to separate the two at this point.
That's very true.
Honored to be here
But yeah,
tonight.
everyone loved Ozzy, I feel. And everyone in metal, even if you're like, oh, he's a sellout now, Sharon is just wheeling him around, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's still undone. Like, there were still people, there were some negative Nancy's after Ozzy died, just being like, hey, Ozzy didn't invent heavy metal. It was Tony Iommi and Geezer Butler. Like, he didn't write any of the lyrics. Geezer wrote all the lyrics, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, look, first of all, no one is taking anything away from Tony Iommi. Tony Iommi is the godfather of heavy metal. Or me personally, I would never. But you can't say Ozzy didn't have something to do with it.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, Ozzy, his greatest superpower was picking great musicians to work with.
Yeah.
Because he had, like, if you separate Black Sabbath, his era of Black Sabbath on its own, Hall of Fame career. Then he had a completely separate solo career that on its own is a Hall of Fame career. Like, he created like 4 or 5 undeniable solo records that are so good. And it's like, okay, you could say, well, oh, he knew Randy Rhoads wrote those, blah, blah, blah. Or Zakk Wylde wrote some of those, or Lemmy wrote all of his big hits. Okay, he had to perform them.
Right.
He has the unique voice. And what that Back to the Beginning show really showed me was Ozzy's vocal lines are really hard to deliver. Not everyone can do them,
That's for sure.
and he still can. It was so impressive watching him. And even though I'm an atheist, I don't think there is an afterlife. There is something very sweet and touching about the thought of somehow the spirit of Ozzy and Randy Rhoads.
No.
Like,
no.
I saw
That's not
somebody.
what's happening, Rob. Stop. it.
I saw something like that online, and it really touched me. And I
Oh
really
my
got
God, serious?
choked up
Was
for
it
a
like an
minute.
AI
Yeah.
image of them hugging? at the
No,
gates of
I
heaven?
want. Thank you for bringing that up, because if that's what snapped me back to reality, was like the next person shared like an AI of Ozzy at the pearly gates, and it's like Lemmy and Dio and blah blah blah. That's so disrespectful to me. I don't know. I fucking hate all of those shit. There was plenty of those with Hogan, and like every dead wrestler is there.
Yeah.
Oh my
Really,
God.
like, get the fuck out of here. Fuck that. No,
That's like the good
stupid.
place. They all think it's heaven, and then they're really about to roast on stage with pitchfork.
The thing that choked me up was a classic photo of Ozzy Osbourne lifting up Randy Rhoads while Randy Rhoads is doing a solo, and somebody just put a caption like, "Oh, at least I hope they're reconnecting somewhere." So I'm like, "Oh, that's." Even though I know it's ridiculous, I know it's like it's a fairy tale, but it's still like there's still something about it that really chokes me up.
But also, even if that was true, like they're gonna have so much other shit to do in heaven. Like they don't want to hang out
I
with
mean,
each
Hulk
other.
Hogan's trying out for the bassist gig as we speak.
You don't have to try. You can just say.
Think about the
"You got
super
it," and turn it
bands.
down.
Yeah, the super group in the sky right now. Ozzy,
Yeah.
Lemmy, Dio, Hogan.
Yeah.
Hogan, don't you leave him out.
Hulk Hogan.
I have a nice AI image that I just created, Rob, that maybe you could share just for our listeners, a little special.
It's Ozzy blowing Ron Jeremy.
Oh my! Ron Jeremy's still with us, sadly.
Is he?
Right? Isn't he?
His dick reaches all the way to heaven.
This is
Ozzy's sucking it
surprisingly-
from the sky.
There we go.
Oh,
It's Ozzy and
no.
Kobe hanging out in heaven, holding hands.
Surprisingly good.
Mm. I don't know. Ozzy looks like Greg Valentine. Kobe's good.
He sort of does. Kobe looks like young Kobe. Ozzy looks like even older Ozzy.
Yeah.
For some
He's-
reason.
Ozzy kept aging in heaven.
Even AI refuses to disrespect Kobe Bryant. It's fucking infuriating.
It's funny. This was not from heaven. They were both in helicopters at the time. And, crashed into
Was
each
it Kobe's helicopter that crashed on Randy Rhodes?
Oh no. I hope not. Is Cliff Burton up there still under a bus? You have to go into heaven on the state that you died in.
Before we move on to Hulk Hogan, I do want to also play this one news clip I found on Instagram of Ozzy from the 80s. This is when he was on tour with Motley Crue, perhaps at his most debaucherous.
The people who work with Osbourne on a daily basis affectionately describe him as a madman. When he rolled into the Coliseum parking lot, we found out why. Can we get how do you feel about that?
He's just spraying the news reporter with a super soaker, basically, as he ran out of his
you
bus.
hope that's water in there.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Outside the Coliseum, protesters who said they'd picket the show never arrived. In fact, 30 minutes before showtime, this was the only man who said he came for a religious purpose. Are you in any way trying to protest this?
No, I'm not their enemy, I'm their friend.
Many of those who came to watch Osbourne thought the attempts in April to block his appearance were uncalled for.
I think one of the things that America is based on is freedom of speech. And I think if people don't like it, they certainly have a right to protest. But I don't think that they have a right to protest at our expense.
Later, once we were backstage, Osbourne was more willing to answer questions. Sort of. Were you offended in any way by some of the publicity?
People get the wrong impression of us, you know. It's just like they think I'm just insane, you know. But it's just I'm a normal guy like everybody else. It's like, well, really, I'm a real person here. You know?
If you're listening at home, he's
show is-
dressed like a 45-year-old secretary.
Yeah,
Dave
like
Edna.
the audio is like, oh, he's just a normal guy.
Yeah.
What's the problem? But the visual is him fully committed to cross-dressing.
Now, can I ask a question? Do we think he was dressed like that for the show, or did he do that special for this TV interview just to fuck with the news station?
I think it's a gag for the interview. But wait, let's see. I think there's
amazing.
footage of
That's
him on
amazing.
stage. I think there's footage of him on stage cross-dressing.
The show itself was filled
Might
with
as well keep the
explosions,
outfit.
profanity, and many
Oh,
obscene
yeah.
gestures.
Yeah.
Okay, so
There were
he's
satanic
like-
symbols on stage, but most people
Yeah,
said
I
the
meant
feeling
it in
was one
the
of
interview, but why waste it?
fun theatrics, not some kind of service for the evil. Motley Crue, who also played tonight, is another group whose
You're
members
stealing
have been
a thing, man.
accused of devil worship.
It's great, it's good publicity. Who cares? Who cares, yeah.
Fucking hammered they look.
Not us.
City officials who quietly viewed the show later
Here's a little more.
labeled the concert and Ozzy Osbourne obscene and vowed to never again let the controversial singer perform here, saying, quote, he offers no social value to this progressive
How
city.
dare you? Yeah, Jacksonville's progressive.
expecting people to
Well, for Florida,
tonight's concert and create security problems. The police report only 25 arrests.
Oh.
Most of those are drug-related.
Oh.
According to the Sheriff's
outside.
Department, that's about average for concerts at the Coliseum.
Oh,
Jerry
okay.
Levine, Channel 4 Eyewitness News on the Night Feed.
Why is he doing this outro bumper in a fucking Ozzy Osbourne concert?
during the fucking show. Jesus Christ, man.
Go to the parking lot.
That's where he scored the drugs afterwards. From the
Oh.
one dealer that wasn't yet arrested.
Very hard to find. Drugs
So
in
wait, he
back
was
control.
reporting on how many arrests happened at the show while the show was still going on.
I guess they
Well,
got
I
the
guess by
scoop.
that point, it's the end of the show, so.
Yeah, but how does he know yet?
Yeah,
Did
the
police
after
just
party.
go announcing it with a bullhorn that they're arresting somebody.
Very
You'd think there'd
suspicious.
be statistics on it later, maybe.
Well, they said that's the average for a show at the
Oh,
venue, so it's
I
not
see.
that surprising.
Right.
People
It's not
wanna
Ozzy's
get-
fault,
I wonder what drug. It's probably pot, right? Like that's the drug.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly.
Mostly, I would say.
Maybe some cocaine, but who knows how good the cocaine is in Florida.
Alligator venom.
40 years ago.
But yeah, do you guys have any Ozzy memories?
I mean, memories of his listening to his music. Yeah, like not like meeting him or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and Darren aren't metal elites like you, Rob.
Yeah,
I never met him.
Sorry.
I did watch. I went to the last Black Sabbath reunion thing at Barclays like 10 years ago, but that was it. I mean, and I've seen him on Ozfest a few times, and the Dysfunctional Family Picnic, the local radio rock event, which was exciting.
I don't
Remember
know if
that
I
was-
ever saw him solo. I saw that Sabbath reunion, one of them, at like Jones Beach. I don't remember if I was with you or who I was with, Rob.
No, I don't
But-
think we were together.
And there was like some all-female metal band that opened where like Tony Iommi was married to one of the women in the band at the time. I don't even remember what the fuck their name was. But they were not very good.
I remember
Sabbath-
an Ozzy album was one of the first CDs that I ever bought. I got
Oh,
a
wow.
CD player in
Which album?
1990. I guess it was the one with No More Tears on it.
Oh yeah,
And
no
Mama,
More
I'm
Tears.
Coming Home. That would be the right time frame.
Great
but
album.
yeah, but
Maybe like the best mainstream like rock like a rock album you can play to someone who doesn't listen to rock because it's so catchy and not too heavy, but gives you an idea of what heavy music is.
I remember that playing on that station Z Rock. Remember we had an AM station here that played rock and metal, like light metal, poppy metal, and it was just so tinny. I just thought it was cool that we had a station that played them. It sounded like shit, like it was impossible to listen to because it was on AM. But I did think it was cool that they were just playing Metallica, like no other station played Metallica at that time, like an FM station. So that was cool. They played the shit out of like No More Tears, and then they would play like I remember they used to play that and then play one Black Sabbath song, like a rock block or whatever.
Yeah.
I was much more of a Black Sabbath fan than his solo work, but it was still good, just good stuff. But.
Too poppy.
No, I don't want to say too anything. Like I was just less into it. Like it was still great,
What's your favorite Black Sabbath album?
Black Sabbath.
Yes, what's your favorite Black Sabbath album?
Why are you grilling me now? No.
Oh, so it's the first one.
Yeah.
And
I
what was
thought
that
you were
one
trying
called?
to say again.
What was the first one called?
Black Sabbath.
And who performed it?
Black Sabbath.
Oh,
and there's also a song called Black Sabbath on it.
And
Are
who
we going
performed
down
that
this
song?
rabbit hole?
Sabbath hole.
I love that album so much. That I can't
Which album?
imagine listen Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath and the song Black
all right,
Sabbath.
thank you for clarifying.
I can't believe, I can't imagine putting on Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath, and the first track, Black Sabbath, comes on, and it has that whole, rainy, creepy intro. The first few seconds is totally silent, so you might be like, "Is it working? What's going on?" And then you hear like, and then that first riff, and you're just like, "Oh my god!" Like to hear that in 1970 would be. I could see why people thought they were Satanists. Sad. What about you, Sid? Do you have a favorite Black Sabbath album? Are you that into Sabbath? Were you?
I don't remember what songs are on what albums well enough to pick an album, but all the Ozzy stuff was great. Obviously, I mean, I got into it all later because when I was younger, I was more, if it's not punk rock, it's garbage. So it took me into my 20s to really develop an appreciation for all that. When I was a really little kid, my main Ozzy memory What was the name? Was it Music Factory, Darren? That was the record store on Kings Highway.
Yes.
When we were kids.
Oh, might have been the Record Factory, something factory.
Yeah.
I think it is Music Factory.
So my parents would take me there, and the metal stuff, like there were like Ozzy posters all on the back wall, and I was always like scared to go all the way back there because it seemed like evil and scary. It was like him with like blood dripping and all sorts of shit. And I would never go to the back of that record store because I was like scared of the Ozzy posters.
Wow.
Nice.
As a little child. I stayed up front. I was like, can I please have the new Bon Jovi album? Thank you. Nice boy.
I got a bit of a dandy growing up. Bit of a dandy.
Def Leppard Bon Jovi was my early rock.
I like those early Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Before they got all like sappy.
Adult contemporary.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite Sabbath album is Sabotage. That's the one that starts with Hole in the Sky. That's just like the catches. I mean, there's not a bad one.
Yeah.
Like
that was when they changed their band name to Sabotage, and they had a track called Sabotage.
On the album Sabotage.
On the album Sabotage.
Yes.
And yeah, look, I have to say Paranoid is probably the one I ended up listening to the least as I became a bigger fan, just because those songs are so played out, but I found this incredible. I've been listening to a lot of live bootlegs of them performing in the 70s, and just hearing Tony Iommi play Iron Man is just so fucking like, oh my God. It's like
I think honestly my first exposure to Black Sabbath was probably the Road Warriors intro music.
Nice. Yeah.
Right?
I think I got it. My first exposure to Ozzy was we're not like exposure. I'm sure I saw him when I first started listening to him, was the Beavis and Butthead soundtrack. He put there's a B-side on there. I think it's called Magic Man. I'm not the kind of person you think I am, or something like that. I don't know. That's a different song. Let's get me through. But that was the first time I'm like, oh, I got to listen to this Ozzy guy. And then I've like on Columbia House or whatever, I got his best. And then I really, so him, Marilyn Manson, and Nirvana were like my gateway into heavier music. And
my first exposure was when I went to baseball camp, and these kids were like singing Black Sabbath lyrics at the baseball camp, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I gotta hear this. And then the kid took me into his little dormitory and started playing Black Sabbath on a cassette player.
Yeah,
that was always interesting when you're like a little kid and you hear about a band first before you hear them, and you get this image of what it's going to sound like, and then it lives up to it or exceeds it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's always nice.
And I
you
actually
don't really get that anymore.
I went and bought a cassette at the Music Factory, of a Black Sabbath cassette. Okay. That's where I got everything. I used to get. I got all my first. I discovered that Weird Al had whole albums there. I thought he was like a parody guy that would make videos, and that was his thing.
Well, that's what he is now, which is
right.
He aged into being what you thought he was to begin with.
It took 40 years for him to actually do that. Yeah. But he don't even make the fucking videos anymore. Yeah. His last album was 11 years ago, I think. Now, right? 2014.
He was finishing it up right as Rob was falling down those stairs.
Oh my God! You're probably right.
Was in wow. But I just went into the Music Factory, and I was let me just see if I can get that Weird Al single or whatever, And
I think that's where I got my copy of Off the Deep End.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was like 92-ish.
Yeah.
92.
I think so, yeah.
For me, it was Nobody Beats the Wiz was my music go-to.
That a good selection.
In Kings Plaza or on Bay Parkway.
Did I tell that story of my gay coworker I worked at this place called HMV, which doesn't exist anymore. And they was talking
I think
about
it still exists in the UK, by the way, but go ahead.
He said he took Nobody Beats the Wiz to small claims court or something, and really? they owed him $700, and he went and won a case, and then he said, now when somebody says Nobody says, I'll beat the Wiz, motherfucker.
Oh wow, Kyle said it at the exact same time as you did. We must have told that story on the show.
I figured I told it. That's such a funny thing I had to have told it. I can't remember how he beat the Wiz, but I think it was that some kind of case like that. Yeah.
For only $700.
I just pulling a number out of the sky. I just remember it being a small amount of money. Yeah. I'd love to go back and hear when I talked about that and how my memory is botching it now. I always wonder about that too. Like when we've been on here for like 16 years, and like so when I tell a story, like I sincerely am trying to tell it the same way, but I'm sure it's completely different because we're all like 16 years older, and farther away from whatever we're talking about.
What was I going to say? Yeah. So as much as mournful as for Ozzy's death, 2 days later, when I heard Hulk Hogan died, I was just like, oh, anyway. In fact, it was
much more surprising, no?
Kind of for me, not like I was seeing a lot of stuff. Bubba the Love Sponge was going viral the last 2 weeks or so. And for those that don't remember, Bubba the Love Sponge is the guy whose wife Hogan slept with in that sex tape that leaked when he said he had that chicken parm.
He felt like a pig.
Not to get off on a tangent, but can you remind me? Was that like a cuck situation, or was he cheating? I can't.
I think it was a cuck situation, right?
He provided the wife.
Yeah, he was in on it.
I think yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Well, he wasn't in on her.
Right. Right.
He was in a different room.
Bubba the Love Sponge was talking about how Hogan was on his deathbed and how nobody wants to talk about it, and everyone around Hogan was even like, "Oh no, he's fine. He's doing great. He's the best he's ever been." Like 2 days before his death, Jimmy Hart tweeted something. I want to pull it up here because it's like I feel so. Honestly, Jimmy Hart is the one person in this whole thing that I feel bad for because he really did lose like one of his best friends, and he was, as far as I could tell, a great friend to Hogan.
How old is Jimmy Hart by now?
I don't know. So 2 days before his death, Hulk is doing great, doing phenomenal. Last night at karaoke with Nick was absolutely fantastic, baby.
Fantastic, baby. I think he's like
now,
80.
81.
I want to point out that Hulk Hogan was not at the karaoke, but he made it sound like he was, but he was not.
Well, can you see the phrasing to see if he tried to be technically accurate without
what exactly was it?
Hulk is doing phenomenal.
Last
night at karaoke with Nick was absolutely. See, it's two separate statements.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
He's never saying Hulk is actually at karaoke.
Right.
Yeah.
So
what do we know the cause of death?
It was a cardiac arrest. It was
camel clutch, I heard.
But
unknown camel clutch.
He was on his deathbed for at least a day because I saw something about how Brooke reconciled with him because they haven't talked for a few years.
So wait. If he was on his deathbed for at least a day, but there are people saying he's been dying for weeks, if not months. So
yeah. No, but like it was really bad.
So he had a heart attack a while ago and then finally died from it, or he had other shit and then had a heart attack?
His health is just being Yes, I think it's closer to the latter, where his health has continuously deteriorated, and this was kind of like the last gasp of life, essentially. Because of all people, what's his name? Jake Busey. Let me pull up this Jake Busey photo. He posted a photo with the Hulkster in April. Here, this is... And Jake Busey is now looking like Francis from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh, they both look horrible. God damn.
For different ways. So the caption is, what terrible news. He seemed great in April.
Dude.
Does this look like Hogan seems great?
It looks like a fucking bad Madame Tussauds wax figure. It doesn't look like an actual living person. His eyes are like lopsided. It looks like a bad fucking...
He looks like he lost a lot of weight.
Figure.
He looks like a hot dog left on the grill
far
too long.
Oh my God, it really does. God damn.
I want to share what Rob said in our chat. He said, it looks like a skin costume of Hulk Hogan pulled over a Halloween skeleton.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Fuck.
His eyes are dead, too. Like,
yes.
Sort of like, it's just, he's not there almost.
Could we all say at least it's really nice? Like Ozzy got to live long enough to have that farewell. And Hulk Hogan at least got to live to see Trump win a second term. Isn't that nice?
Well, and it's so funny that Hogan's last appearance in WWE this past January, he was booed. Like his last appearance in front of a wrestling crowd was negative.
What do you
And
mean I got to see? I got Trump elected, brother.
It's fair.
Yeah. Also, he would say he didn't get booed. It was Jimmy Hart that was getting booed.
Has he
For
ever
lying
said
on
that?
Twitter.
Did he ever intimate that?
No.
Or was that a total joke? All right. I thought
it was
I
a
could
joke.
believe if he said that.
No, but like, so there were I saw some reports where people were saying that they thought that his partners in the beer company the last year were overworking him, sending him on too many of these fucking meet and greets at 7-Eleven.
So they were the Sharon Osbournes of this situation.
Well, worse than the Sharon Osbourne.
Worse than the Sharon Osbourne.
Because I feel like arguably that's kind of what deteriorated his health, and he probably shouldn't have been getting drunk, drinking beer. Like he probably fucked up his organs or whatever. And
for a lot less
died-
money than Sharon Osbourne.
Yeah, and Ozzy lived a longer life.
Yeah,
than Hulk Hogan. Who did more drugs? It's arguable, but I would think.
But only
Ozzy.
one of them was like a beacon of physical fitness and all that shit, supposedly.
But at least Ozzy got the good stuff. Like, there's no good steroids to take where you can be healthy on drugs.
Yeah.
You can do good pure cocaine for a long time and probably not have. You can have the mental addictive effects, but I don't think it would like break you down physically. It's all the shit they cut it with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. So that's why we should legalize cocaine.
I'm for legalizing it. I think there would need to be like lots of education with it because it can fuck you up.
I think it should be legalized and
regulated.
Regulated. Thank you, Darren. So that you can only get some, kind of like the pot thing, like with legal pot, medical pot. I can only buy 6 ounces over 2 months or something like that, which is a significant amount, but still limits me.
But
I don't go crazy. So why can't it be like that with cocaine?
But pot's not even addictive, though. You know what I mean? Like letting people just. I think that they really need to think about it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Coke is a little more addictive, but a smidge more addictive. But
have you seen Whitney Houston?
No,
not recently.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's funny because I did get a lot of messages from friends, and I was actually very touched that, when a big wrestler dies, that a bunch of friends reached out to me about it.
Did they think you were going to be upset?
Yeah, I had to be like, oh, I'm actually not that upset. He's kind of not a good person.
So they're non-wrestling fan friends who know you like wrestling. In that case, that would be very touching because even though they don't know, the fact that they don't know means they called you.
Right. And I had to be like, well, actually, he's kind of a racist piece of shit. Multiple instances of racism and union.
Just say thank you, Rob. Come on, you don't need to ruin it.
No.
They did a nice thing.
No, I did say thank you. I did.
My mom fucking called me that day, like super sad, and she's been having health issues. So like, I pick up the phone and I'm like, oh no, what's going on? She's like, did you hear who died? And I was like, oh, Hulk Hogan. Yeah. She's like, isn't that sad? Because last she remembers. Wow. I'm 10 years old and Hulk Hogan is my number one hero in my fucking life.
Yeah.
She has no idea what's happened since then. And I had to break it to her. I'm like, it's fine. He sucked. He was a dick.
Did you show her footage of the finger poke of doom and exposing the business?
I just played the Gawker tape. It's fine. He understood.
Oh, okay. He's very bad at the sex. That's not. I don't like him anymore. Rob said something also that resonated with me over the week, which is that like he is a piece of shit, undeniably, but like it's complicated. Like I do have negative feelings that he passed away. Like there's a big chunk of my childhood that was invested in Hulk Hogan, and I think that also, during like his turn from being like a great wrestler to mailing it in and not giving a shit happened like coincided with me going through puberty. So I feel like at the time when I started being more cynical and being like, fuck this is corny and sappy was, with everything in life was when he became like very when I started also following the backstage stuff and not being such a kid. it coincided with me being a cynical person, be like, fuck this guy. Like, and then I started rooting for it was like towards the tail end of when he had the belt for like 9,000 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, just please let this guy lose already. And then when Andre beat him, I was like, is this reality? Like, is this real life? I thought he was gonna be the fucking champion for my entire life in existence. No. I was so happy, like I jumped for joy when that aired.
That's kind of how I was thinking about it too. Is like he was my first superhero, you know, like the first person in entertainment that I really looked up to and like followed and believed in. Mm-hmm. And much like you're saying, Darren, like when I was 13 or whatever, I had the same kind of cynical kind of thing, and I realized like, oh, he's like he betrayed me, right? Not by becoming a bad guy, but like just learning from the behind the scenes stuff, like, oh, he's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, that he was never actually a good guy.
Yeah, that he was always a lot like he's a con man essentially.
Yeah,
he's like one of the best con men in entertainment.
But I mean, that's sort of what pro wrestling is based on in a certain way. Right?
He was the best one. Yeah. And that like, and I think just as I got older, I found that he would do things that disappoint me further and further. Like he would get further away from that superhero status and more into the con man area with like everything that he did. Like his reality show was a giant con. And I think like really to me just showed like, oh, he's kind of like a trashy person. Like the Osbournes, I think if you peel away the, comedic layer, it's actually a show about 4 people in a family that really care about each other. And you can tell they all actually love each other and there's a heart to it. Whereas with the Hogan show, it just kind of feels like everyone's out for themselves.
Have these people met each other before?
Yeah. And by the way, on our Patreon, we did a watch along of some episodes of the Hogan Show, which really put it into perspective recently. So you can go check that out at patreon.com/RIPLivecast.
They learned what Judaism is.
Yeah, that's right. And it's from a long time ago. You don't have to watch Hulk Hogan walking around with a Hulk Hogan skin mask on.
Yeah, well, and then really like
that's just what Linda looks like.
Oh yeah.
When he launched the beer, I thought it was really gross because it's just like, what are you like? Why are you doing this? You don't need to do this.
Maybe he does
sit at home.
Yeah, he needs money.
He's living outside. Well, that's
what you know. What I think. I don't know if he needed the money. I think what he needed was the attention. He needed something to do. Awesome. He couldn't just sit at home like it's like the wrestler's curse. They never want to retire. They're so addicted to the dopamine. He is the wrestler. You're right. That's what I think. Like it's another version of that story. In a way, it was kind of sad to think about.
He just didn't have to go. He didn't get so desperate that he had to slice deli meat and then want to.
Right.
But he was still...
like hawking beer is maybe a notch above slicing deli meat.
Right.
Getting drunk at a 7-Eleven in Daytona.
He is next to the guy slicing the meat while he's hawking the beer.
Yeah. It's sad, and the only reason, like, I think if he just showed some remorse for the really gross statements that he had made. Which I remember when we repeated on the show made Sid very uncomfortable.
Which ones?
Can't repeat them.
Well, we said the hard.
We reenacted. Yeah, we reenacted with hard.
But did he even ever acknowledge that he said that?
Yeah, I think. Well, see, I missed this, but after he had come out of the closet. No, when he was invited to backstage to WWE after he had been like uncanceled. And people were expecting him to apologize. Instead, he went on a whole rant about how, you got to be careful what you put out on social media because you never know who's watching. Kind of like almost, pushing the blame off of himself that he just got caught in an unfortunate
That's who
situation.
he is. That's what he does in every situation.
And that's what
you be different.
Go ahead.
Well,
are you gonna show something?
I believe, that there was a big scandal after that. Because I forgot about this, but then he went on Good Morning America, and he did actually apologize. And it just seemed... Here, let's watch this.
First interview since getting...
How long ago was this?
10 years.
This 2015. Give me 1 second.
This is... So now, the thing happened like 12 years ago, right? So this is a pretty long time since...
no. Well, what's so... Oh, I'm not sure because I feel like
I thought it was 2013. I might be wrong.
I feel like it was the day he died was the anniversary of the leak of his racial tirade. I don't know if it was 10 years or 12 years.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong then.
Okay, so here's the video. This is probably
I did see that. 10 years to the day.
Horseshoe mustache and unrivaled strength. 12-time world champion Hulk Hogan single-handedly transformed wrestling into a global phenomenon.
Single-leggedly.
Today, he's fighting outside of the ring to maintain his legacy.
Could we stop for a second?
Terry Bollea, the man behind the once
Look at just 10 years ago how
Hulkster,
much fuller he looked than that Gary Busey photo. And this was already when he was not in peak health.
letting his guard down.
Out of everything that I've been through, this one hit me probably the hardest. And that's a heck of a thing to say, because I've been through a lot of crazy
and also
stuff.
that was the thing. He was painting the sex tape leak like he's the victim here. You know, like it's like, well, we're not even upset about that. We're upset about the
Including
contents
an
of the
admission
victim.
of steroid use and his son's legal issues.
Oh, and
But
don't even
last
get me
month,
started on
a
his
new
son.
controversy which threatens to erase his legacy. The National Enquirer reports that Hogan used racial slurs in audio secretly recorded.
I was at the lowest point of my life. My personal life was destroyed. I was very mad at my
Look
daughter.
at how much they're editing.
I was upset over a situation that happened between her and her boyfriend, and I had no idea I was being taped. I was to the point where I wanted to kill myself. I sat in my bathroom by myself when my ex-wife was gone and the kids were gone, and I was completely broken and destroyed. And I said, what's the easiest way out of this? I mean, I was lost.
You were suicidal.
Yes, I was.
Father's Day card for Brooke?
A stark contrast
I don't believe that
Hulk,
for a
whose
second.
upbeat and tight-knit family was portrayed over 4 seasons of the reality show Hogan Knows Best,
It was not a
where he
tight-knit
was
family at all.
overprotective of his only daughter, Brooke.
I mean, I'm almost 18 and I haven't even had a boyfriend yet.
Well, that's good. That's
This
what I
is
want.
actually one of the
But
episodes
according
we
to the
watched
National
on our Patreon, and it was very problematic.
Yeah,
It was like Donald and Ivanka Trump problematic.
Yeah, it's like he knows enough to not like overtly say he wants to fuck his daughter, but it comes through in the show. Like he wants her to be like another him because he's in love with himself. Am I wrong on that? What do you guys?
You're right. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure it's part that and part that she looks like what his wife looked like when she was hot.
And his wife looks like him.
Yeah, I think they all exactly.
They've
like,
all
yeah, I
swapped.
think
It's like a shell game.
It's a whole incestuous like melange of weirdness.
Or it's like narcissism. It's just pure narcissism.
I don't. Actually, the guy my daughter was dating, I liked him a lot.
Accused
I've known
of
him for
using
quite a
racial
while.
slurs. What?
And
No,
I
he
was
used them.
very mad at a personal situation that happened with my daughter.
Are you a racist?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not a racist.
Okay,
I
that-
never
that's
said
not
what
a-
I said. It was wrong. I'm embarrassed by it.
I'm pretty sure we covered
But a
this
lot
at
of
the
people
time
need
because
to
I remember
realize
making these jokes.
Some of my
that
best friends are
inheritance
black,
from the
dude.
environment. And
Some
where
of
I
my
grew
best
up was
friends are
South
N-words,
Tampa,
dude.
Port
If only
Tampa.
Junkyard
It
Dog
a
was still
really
alive, you
rough
could have had him
neighborhood.
come out right now and endorse
Very
it.
low
Well, I
income.
remember Dwayne Johnson vouched for him after this. Like, so he did have some.
Hogan likes the light-skinned ones.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan probably
Dark
gave
ones
him
than
like
yesterday.
100. Sorry, Sid.
All right, let's be careful. Let's be careful.
He gave him
My
150
friends,
grand to say
we
that he
greeted each
liked
other
black people.
saying that word. We
I've
teased
heard
each other with that word. If the word was just thrown
Oh,
around
wait,
like it
what?
was
Let's go
nothing.
back. Hold on.
Oh, he's
And all my
explaining the
friends,
N-word.
We greeted each other. It's
Oh.
a really rough neighborhood.
Oh, that's right. I
South
remember
Tampa.
he grew up in a black neighborhood, so that's how he learned the word. Or
By the way,
something like that. Hold on.
the way he describes a black neighborhood is a really rough neighborhood. That's a telltale sign right there.
Inherit things from your environment. And where I grew up was South Tampa, Port
I
Tampa.
totally he blamed everything on his environment. It's everyone's fault but Hulk Hogan's that this happened.
As always, with everything.
But I want to say also,
And it was-
fuck Good Morning America for not putting a black person in that chair to interview him.
Oh
to
my
make him
God.
feel
Robin
way more
Roberts, where
comfortable.
are you?
Jeez.
Oh, that would have been
chemotherapy.
amazing.
How do you send a white woman over to do? No offense to this lady, who I'm sure is fine at her job.
They tried Robin Roberts, but she couldn't get through the gated security at Hulk Hogan's compound.
Well, she got
Yeah.
shot on sight. by
Oh
his
my
security
God.
guard. Robin Roberts is on
really
vacation.
rough neighborhood.
Well, she
very
showed up
low
in a
income,
hoodie. It's her fault.
and all my friends.
It's
You heard
each
Sid.
other.
That's the truth, brother.
Saying that
Thank you,
word.
Sid.
We teased each other with that word. The word was just thrown around like it was nothing.
Is it fair to say that you inherited a racial bias?
I would say that is very fair.
I would say that is very fair.
Break the cycle. And
I would
what
say that
everybody needs to know.
softball
You
question
can
you asked
break
me is
this
very fair,
cycle
brother.
And become a better person, become who you're meant
We
to be.
absolutely didn't plan this, brother. No, dude. This is
Following
totally
these
off the cuff,
allegations,
brother.
the
Teeing him up
WWE
to hit
fired
these
Balea.
softballs over the fence.
The legendary career he spent a lifetime building wiped out.
I was totally shocked because I've
Do you
worked with the
understand how
WWE for almost 30 years.
exhausting this whole process is to someone like Hogan? So this was 2015, correct?
Yeah.
So it's still the Obama era. So it's like, oh fuck, now I gotta pretend not to be racist. And then Trump wins. It's like, oh, I don't have to pretend anymore. Cool. And then Trump loses, like, oh fuck, I gotta fucking pretend to be normal again. And then Trump wins again. It's like, oh, okay, I could go back to shilling beer and being homophobic and racist. Cool. It just, you have to keep modulating who the fuck you even are publicly. And it's all the corporations are doing it now as well. But it's the same thing.
I feel like a yo-yo, dude.
Well, do you remember? Well, I also remember a few years after this was the Bill Maher N-word scandal, where he said that if he were to be a slave, he would be a house N-word, soft N-word.
Yes,
no
that's
hard
right.
R. And there was a big scandal, and I remember Hogan pointed to this and being like, "Oh, he doesn't get thrown off the air, but I lose my career." Like it's comparable what Maher said to what Hogan said.
I mean, it's not, but I still wish Maher had lost his career.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I agree with you, but it's just like it's just another example of Hogan not quite understanding, or maybe not willing to acknowledge why people were upset with him.
But he's lying too. He's like consciously lying in this interview because he goes like, "We used to say it all the time, brother," and then like teasing each other. But like
you're in wrestling, I'm sure.
But that's not what he said in that tape.
He wasn't kidding around. He was saying it in anger.
He called a black man a racial slur. Like
I noticed they never actually play or like talk about or say, even censored what he actually said.
Right.
And I should I look up, like, I'll say it censoredly, I don't want to, but it was essentially
censoredly.
Say it. He said, I'm just loading the quote. I don't want to misquote a dead person.
It'd be great if you started reading those pedophile Fat Joe lyrics instead.
They should have got Fat Joe to interview him. He says the N-word all the time. He could have
talking about Hogan.
Could Hogan have body slammed Fat Joe? Do we think?
In 1987, yes.
2015, maybe not.
Not this week.
Chuck him all the way into the Joe Button seats.
Talking about Brooke Hogan's then boyfriend, who was black, he was quoted as saying, "I mean, I don't have double standards. I mean, I am racist to a point. Effing N-words." Shortly after saying, "I guess we're all a little racist." Effing N-word. So pretty blatant. And then also there was audio of when his son got arrested after getting into a car accident and leaving his best friend paralyzed and needing medical, like nurse assistance for the rest of his life. There's audio of the prison call where Hogan is concerned. And now this is a completely private conversation. He did not know he was being taped. He was concerned that because of what Nick did, that his family would be reincarnated as black people. Like what?
Like what a weird thing to
and
bring up.
that would be that would be a struggle for that. It's just unreal. Like just brutal. Unexcusable.
Strange.
The Hulk Hogan is afraid that he's going to be black after he dies and comes
back. Because
so
of
I guess
sins
it's happening
of his
as we
son.
speak.
Does Christianity have reincarnation? Is that a new thing, or was he not a Christian at this time?
Not at this time, probably.
I thought he goes into the lap of Jesus or whatever.
As a black person, though.
Oh, that's it. You go to heaven with Jesus. Your soul becomes black. I got
You're
it.
in the south side of Tampa part of heaven. It's the rough part.
I done enough time in South Tampa, dude. Never again, brother.
Okay. I want to also play at least a minute or at least 2 minutes of Ric Flair being interviewed by TMZ.
We have to.
Paying
That's worse than the
tribute
skin mask.
to Hulk Hogan. Now, it's funny you should say that because Ric Flair just recovered from skin cancer. He had like 3 pieces of his skin removed, like 3 different places. Like, it is quite a marvel of modern medicine that through all of this, Ric Flair is still going strong, baby.
Him and Mick Foley.
And this obviously Ric Flair, very emotional man.
Whoa! By the way, could you see what Kyle just said in the chat?
What was that?
That we played audio of this Hulk Hogan thing on the show previously. That he looked it up and he said it was exactly 10 years ago to today that we did it.
Oh, well, it makes sense because that's when
Hulk Hogan died on the 10th anniversary of
the league. So so it lines up. Thanks, Kyle.
Wow.
Episode.
Thank you.
317
What was the
10
reference
years ago.
to
That's
pink
crazy.
Snickers? What does that mean in the show context? Pink Snickers.
Well, Snickers sort of sounds like another word, so maybe I don't know.
Good detective work there.
Thank you.
All right, let's see this Flair tribute.
Yes. Oh my God, that's way too close. That's way too close.
So sorry.
Well, it's obviously he's zooming in on a cell phone.
Now
And also the contrast in his skin on the front of his face and like his cheek, it looks like an uncircumcised penis.
Yeah.
Well,
I was
that's
gonna
just
say-
also just because of the lighting. You know, he's backlit.
Is that
And he's probably under an
or is
umbrella.
like why? Like, is that
Yeah,
where
it's
he
like a
had
5
his
o'clock
skin graft?
shadow.
But is that where he had his skin graft, or is it somewhere else?
No, I think it was on his forehead.
Okay, well, that's from blading. That had nothing to do with.
This must hit you profoundly.
Already crying.
More than you'll ever know.
The overproduction of estrogen is really kicking in. Right
Oh.
Wanted to paint it.
I need to give milk, dude. I need to give milk, man. Like right now. Where's my breast
Where
pump?
is he? Is he like at a cafe or the
He's
lobby?
like,
of a
yeah,
fucking
he's at
office
brunch.
building?
Yeah.
Very, very close friends.
Hulk Hogan died at my
And,
time of the month.
Now, I do say they were very close at the end of their life, like recently in recent years.
At the end of their lives.
Yes. Like
I'm
in the
nowhere
last-
near the end of my life. Nowhere near.
They're much closer than they used to be. Like I feel they were big rivals in the 80s and 90s and kind of had a little tension between them. But in recent years, it all settled because they realized that they have a lot more in common with each other now than they don't.
Quick man cometh, Ric Flair ugly crying after bottomless mimosas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There we go.
I'm sorry, but in a bad mood. I gotta adjust my tampon.
1 second, waitress, a little more maple syrup, please. What was I saying?
Oh yeah, Hulk Hogan, right?
We can't
Yeah, he died. Whatever.
He's crying because he was just kicked out of another pizzeria.
I just saw him over there at the mall, you know, just hawking his stupid beer. I loved him. It was great.
Up with each other on a regular basis. So I just talked to Jimmy Hart yesterday, and he was fine.
I hate Hulk Hogan. I'm just crying
Yeah,
because there's
this
so many
happened.
onions in my frittata.
Gives him reflux.
It's horrible.
How did you get the news? I'm so sorry, Rick.
No, you're
I'm
not.
so sorry.
I've got
Whoa.
it from everybody.
Is that his
won't
hand with the
stop.
nail?
No,
All of a
not his
sudden,
head.
I just had a Matty Petty.
And that is definitely like a napkin you get at brunch.
Yeah, that's a
she's
drink
using.
napkin. That's a
Yes.
mimosa napkin for sure.
100%.
Fucking, he's at Outback. There's like a maze on the placemat in
That's a
front
good
of him.
thing
Right now.
because everybody is saying something nice. When social media can be so cruel,
Rob.
in this case, everybody is saying something
The
nice.
bloggers, the metal bloggers.
They're the real problem.
Rockers react to Hulk Hogan's death. How dare you?
You know, I knew him
It's just the
over
tag
the
team, the
years, but not like not
There's
like
only 2 of them. Oh, 3. There's 3 Rockers.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Harvey.
I really had a connection with this guy.
Are you gonna cry
I'm
too,
wondering
loser?
what
No.
he meant to you. I mean, I want to hear your connection.
He sort of
to
looks
him.
like that last picture of Hulk Hogan.
I do want to say I love that his computer has the TMZ article of Hulk Hogan dying.
Always be promoted.
Background, yeah.
Well, we had magic. I mean, it wasn't like me and Steamboat, but we did.
He sucked, but
you know,
I loved that he had to include that. Like, look, he wasn't my best opponent, but he was a pretty good opponent. Not the best. I've had better, but he's pretty good. Like, why even? Why even say that?
That's not in the ground 8 minutes. You fucking shitting on him.
I loved it.
I felt like equal to me and Steamboat, but in a different way. Over. I mean,
He was equal to Steamboat in the crap way, as though he was crap. But
like, don't get me wrong, Steamboat's
crap.
like 20 times the worker that Hogan is, but
and a nicer
but
person.
Hogan made me so much more money.
Nobody cared about me until I fought Hulk Hogan. Nobody gave a shit.
Like
Bunch of fucking toothless hicks in fucking Fayetteville.
I love
Fuck
this poor woman with an Apple Watch. Clearing his tears.
I still think that's Ric Flair. Check the arm angle. Can we?
He came down the hallway.
Oh, what's her wallpaper? Can we put it out? No, we can't.
It's also the TMZ article.
He gave her a little plug, a little money.
This is the weirdest cameo I've ever ordered, guys. I tell you.
I want Ric Flair to sit in an Applebee's and wax poetic about Hulk Hogan, but also sneak in a reference to how much he sucks and Rick Steamboat was better.
Can we get Ric Flair cameos about just other people who haven't
They're
died
very
yet, but that you
expensive.
can eulogize?
Yes, they're very expensive.
How much
It's
does
like
he
$500.
charge? Oh, not worth it.
I would get him down for 2 minutes, and we'd have it's just an unbelievable relationship.
He couldn't go more than 2 minutes.
And I'll give you an idea of how much fun we had working together. If we were doing a dark match after TV, we would go and he'd say, room service, and throw me in, give me the boot, and drop the big leg on me. We got back to the hotel for room service. I mean, that's how much fun we had working together.
Notice I never won any of these matches, by the way.
Were
Never. Always he has to fucking do the honors.
rivals in the ring. And I'm so curious about
Listen to
this.
another minute or two.
Was there ever, did that ever kind of bleed out into real life, or were you always secretly friends?
Always friends.
Not
always
true.
friends.
Not true.
I'd be remiss to say I wasn't jealous that he was making so much more money than me.
Okay, he's being
But
honest.
It had nothing to do with him.
Don't hate
It's
the
just,
player, hate the
I'm
game.
not going to bring up his name. The promotion.
It's Eric Bischoff.
Just put me in a bad spot, but not with
can't
him
let it
ever.
go.
Are you kidding? I loved him, and everywhere we went, we drew money. It's just we had a connection, and since then we've done signings together, and like the Hard Rocks, and I keep up with him. I've been out to his bar
Why
for
am I looking up his
karaoke, and-
nose? I can't get over this.
I mean,
That's why it's
just-
just it's the same angle as his
everybody wants
cameos.
to take a shot at Hulk, but he doesn't deserve it. People make mistakes.
Is the lady
And,
wiping his tear also holding
You know,
the phone
who
with
knows
her
how
other
that
hand?
happened? But,
Maybe, yeah.
it just it's unfair to judge anybody by. I mean, who would I be to judge anybody? I mean,
all the
who
times
is
you dropped the
anybody
N-word.
That's a celebrity to judge.
Hogan
anybody.
never whipped his
We've all
dick out
made
on a plane.
mistakes.
That we
So,
know of.
I've talked to him over the years, and, about his ups.
Is that John Pinette in the background there?
Of which there were
R.I.P.
definitely
a legend.
some. Where was he at the end of his life in terms of his
I can't
head?
unsee that now.
Where was
I
Hulk
can't see
Hogan?
any of these other 20
Right in
people.
the center of the
Well, I
shot.
think
What a
he was
legend.
Doing great in it, but there's a.
Right
there's
now,
people
somebody
that
from the back of this brunch place is
they
coming
take
out to Ric
shots
Flair.
at
You here
Hulk and
for
they-
hour?
They wanna blame
Too many mimosa.
him
You
for
go
being
down.
protective of his position.
Oh, I dropped a
But
leg on
The
you.
young guys don't understand that back in the 80s,
Oh my God,
it-
that might be
it
the
was-
most niche thing that's
wasn't
ever been
political
said
as
on
it
this
is now,
show.
but
And we've
you had to
discussed Joe
fight
Franklin.
for your position. I mean, not fist fight, but in some cases.
All right. That's enough.
In
You
some
can watch the whole
cases-
thing.
Did I mention he sucked and wasn't Ricky Steamboat? Oh, I miss him so much.
Oh my god.
Hold on, I got a list of 20 other people Hulk Hogan was worse than, but equal to.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah.
What's this poem written by Brooke Hogan?
Oh
Thing
yes,
in the links
I
drop?
wanted to. So this came out. I'm sure we read this when he died. Oh, when he died. When this was originally leaked, but somebody reshared this poem that Brooke wrote after this audio surfaced. Oh no, I saved the wrong link.
I remember that.
Oh,
that wasn't that long ago, was it?
No, it was 10 years ago, I think.
No, didn't we just recently bring this up though? I remember just talking about.
Maybe.
Or am I thinking of when? Oh no, never mind. I was thinking of something else when she wrote a criticism of her parents and how shitty.
Oh
they
yes,
are.
yes,
right,
yes,
okay.
right.
Sorry,
That was her and Linda were feuding recently.
I thought
she
this
has
was
a
gonna
poem
be...
for every situation, whether she's on good terms with her family, bad terms. There's a poem for that.
Mm-hmm.
She's an artist.
Ric Flair's gonna now talk about how she wasn't Elizabeth Barrett Browning, but she was, she was equal. Not the same, but equal.
If You Knew My Father by Brooke Bolea. If you knew the dad I knew, you'd know his tender heart. He'd never want to hurt his fans or family from the start.
But later, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If you knew my father, you would know how hard he fought, and the way it brought a smile to people light, medium, and dark.
Fought and dark. Nice rhyme. There.
What? We always fight a battle that people never see, and sometimes when you're hurting, you don't think logically.
I know when I'm hurting, I always immediately say the N-word out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Human isn't perfect, and perfect is not he. But I can tell you one thing, it's just not what it seems.
This is free verse, right? It's not supposed to rhyme. Is that what's going on here?
Because if you knew the dad I knew, you'd know he raised me well. He taught me folks are so much more than shades could ever tell.
Yeah, you just put on shades and then you can't tell what race they are, and then you're happy.
And if you knew my father, you'd know he's down to earth. He may have slammed the giant, but remembers life's true worth. If you knew my father, if you just walked in his shoes, then you would know that microscope that comes with yellow boots.
Boobs.
Okay.
That's fucking shitty. That's just basically a big F you to everyone who doesn't like that he's racist.
Mm-hmm.
I was at poker with a guy who was a huge Hulk Hogan fan, still to this day, and would always, whenever over the years, like Hulk Hogan would come up, and people would say he's racist. He did something bad in the news, whatever. He is not racist. Like he had a whole explanation, and that is, he didn't know he was being recorded. He was in a bad mood. Just the same thing, Hulk Hogan. He would repeat back the excuse. And he would, they put on SmackDown yesterday and showed the tribute on the TV where we were.
Yeah.
He was
What a
like
joke.
near tears, this guy.
Oh, there's another line in this line. I thought his heart was huge, but it's actually bigger. You should please forgive him for saying. Oh wait, no, I'm not. I can't say
Don't, Rob. Come on. Demonetize.
I can't say that. I can't say that. That was cut from the original poem. Yeah, it's very weird how. Look, I think that you can choose to celebrate the character Hulk Hogan. It was in the 80s and 90s. Hulk Hogan! Like, he meant a lot to you. I get it. Like, I get it. I cannot celebrate him because I know the man. But you can choose to celebrate. But you don't need to also defend the actions of the man. And it doesn't in any way take away from your celebration of what
it's like
the character
Michael
meant to
Jackson
you.
fans or R. Kelly fans that they can't just be like, listen, he did some bad shit, but I like the music. They have to be like, no, he didn't do any of that. He's innocent.
Yeah, he's
of all
a great
charges.
man. It's like, no, he's not. He's objectively not.
Kobe Bryant, who we mentioned already.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's like, just be honest. It's fine.
That's how I am with Dave Mustaine, though. No, he did not do nearly as much as some of these other people.
Yeah.
He's like, I'd say 2 rungs down from Hulk Hogan. Like,
He knows better than to get recorded saying the N-word.
Probably.
I have to think he said it. I have to think he said it. Maybe he could have like the alcoholism as an excuse, like he was drunk, he didn't mean to, but I bet he said it.
I would bet anything that he's a big on, like, I mean, the thing with Dave Mustaine is wherever he is right this moment, he's been in therapy and is the most perfect version of himself, but he tends to acknowledge that he was shitty in the past, but now he's not, but he always is still shitty.
Yes.
So I could see him saying, yes, I was racist and I think that's stupid now, but like he's still racist. I was a big dummy.
Here's an old tweet from Hulk Hogan.
Oh no!
My friends at the Ninja Turtle movie, brother.
Ninja.
And
It says
Ninja is
Ninja.
spelled, and then it's just him alone in a movie theater.
Weird.
He has a lot of classic tweets that have been resurfaced lately.
The one with where he doesn't know who Bam Margera is.
No, well, that he thought that Bam was dead.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, he doesn't know who he is because he's.
Well, what's so funny is that Bam this week tweeted that exact same tweet about Hogan.
Yeah. Really? Oh, that's funny. Good bit. What did he say?
One. Poop in my gym, brother. HH. I hope you mean pop. Sorry to correct you, brother. Hogan responds. Poop, brother.
What would pop in my gym mean?
Pop in and say hello, I guess.
Or a soda spilled in his gym bag. Here was the tweet, the original tweet from Hogan. Damn, Bam, wish you were still with us. I sure would love to hang out again, my brother. Love you, miss you, HH. I'm alive, brother, but miss you too. I think he was mistaking Bam for Ryan Dunn at the time.
And was that sexy red in the background of that photo?
I don't think that was, but maybe.
Who's that?
And then my favorite
Good likeness.
Hogan tweet of all time is.
I hope it's the one I'm thinking of.
Hold on.
I don't know. I don't have the first idea. I thought the Bam Margera one was the most famous one.
No. Well, there was this photo that he shared. Don't him and a dog. Where is it? Hold on. I want to get the writing, the wording.
Yeah, I think it's the one I'm thinking of.
I think this is it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I could only find a Reddit, but the tweet is, "Good night, Hulkamaniacs and jabroni marks without a life that don't know it's a work when you work a work and work yourselves into a shoot, marks." Yeah, work yourself into a shoot, like has been in my lexicon ever since.
Yep. I do that on a regular basis when my wife is out of town.
My wife. Oh. Good night, Hulkamaniacs and jabroni marks without a life that don't know it's a work when you work a work and work yourselves into a shoot, Mark.
That's fucking better poetry than anything Brooke has ever written.
Yeah, she's sitting there steaming right now. Can't outshine my father. I say that all the time too. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. I say it.
I can't wait to see paparazzi photos from the Hulk Hogan funeral. Of all the fucking saggy, washed up old wrestlers showing up, trying to fit into a suit.
Brian Knobbs.
Oh, can't wait. Can't wait.
Well, he had a falling out with Knobbs. I'm not sure if...
he's friends with Sags then?
Is Brutus going to show up?
He'll have like a funeral suit with no arms on it. Just sleeveless funeral black suit. Brutus. Fucking... unrecognizable face. I think when Steamboat dies, do you think Steamboat will show up to Hulk Hogan's funeral and brag about how he was a better wrestler according to Ric Flair?
Steamboat's humble. He wouldn't do that. He's respectful.
He's allowed this one. It's Hulk Hogan. He hates Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, give him this one. That is a great question. I do wonder if like would Steamboat show up to the funeral and would he how would he act?
He should get a belt for outliving Hulk Hogan. He should have had that Hulk Hogan's belt. Now he didn't get it. So
will they have a tournament, like a King of the Ring style tournament, to see who gets to be the pallbearers? Do something fun. Come on.
There'll be a wet T-shirt contest at Hulk Hogan's restaurant.
They're gonna have a platter of mozzarella sticks on top of the coffin.
Ric Flair just wandering, shooting himself up his nose, doing an Instagram video, eating a frittata. Woman wiping his eyes as he's talking. He's
Wiping,
the judge.
like sour cream off of his mouth.
Are we sure that's sour cream? Fucking mouth pus.
Oh.
You know that stuff that old people get in the corner of their mouth?
Oh, yeah,
whatever
the
that is?
crust.
Yeah. He must have a lot of that.
Well,
Yucky.
folks, if you need yourself a little more livecast now to distract yourself from the sadness of the passings of Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/RIPLivecast. $4 a month gets you access to all of our bonus episodes. This month's bonus episode is the brutal LaQuisha, where we watch LaQuisha and painfully sit through a white man pretending to be a black woman giving love advice on the radio. And I much enjoyed last month's watch along Homie Spumoni with Donald Faisal. Faisal, am I saying it right? Faisal?
No, you're not. Faison.
Paisan.
I thought it was Faison. Is Faison?
Faison.
I was just trying to sort of make Rob feel better by mispronouncing it slightly to more similar to what he said.
That's so touching, Sid. I moved.
Yeah,
but that was a very fun movie to watch and critique. And in general, like all of our watch-alongs are really fun because we try to offer some constructive criticism or some downright shade at how terrible these are. So there's about 5 years of watch-alongs, listen-alongs, tons of stuff to listen to and watch, including just bonus
Hall of
episodes like
Fames.
this one, where we just kind of go through some links that are too hot for the main show or that would give us a copyright strike. So we just save them for the Patreon. So check it out, patreon.com/RIPLivecast. $10 a month. Get to a shout out at the end of the show,
but
which
we
will be
still
in
have to
just
do a
one moment.
playlist.
First, I want to, talk about our Spotify picks. Each week, we each pick a song. We throw it on a playlist. You can look it up on Spotify. It's the RIPL Livecast Music Break. And my pick today is, I obviously had to pick Ozzy. I've been listening to almost exclusively Ozzy Osbourne and Sabbath this week. And really since his reunion show, I've been listening to a lot. But like it really ramped up after he'd passed. I kind of feel like I've lost a grandpa. I have very seriously, like I have quite a parasocial relationship with Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm very bummed that he's gone. Even though it was obviously expected, it didn't make it any easier. And I'm just really appreciating the Randy Rhoads era at the moment. I kind of feel like I maybe didn't listen to it as much as the other stuff. Like in a sense, the Black Sabbath doesn't really hit as hard for me anymore because I've listened to it so much. I've kind of ruined it for myself, not to take anything away from the music, but like I said, I can't really even listen to Iron Man anymore or War Pigs or Paranoid just because I've played them to death. And I feel like that's not really the case with Ozzy's early solo stuff. So I'm really finding even newer appreciation for how great they were. And on the streaming services, they have these deluxe versions that have a few live tracks on them. And on the Diary of a Madman Deluxe 40th Anniversary Edition, they have this live version of Believer that was recorded before the album came out. So Ozzy doesn't even know all of the lyrics, but the guitar and bass and drums on it sound insane. They sound so good. Such swing, such heaviness. I was just rocking out all week. I just keep going back to this particular track. So I wanted to include it on the playlist. R.I.P. Ozzy. Sid, what did you pick?
Well, I didn't go with an actual Ozzy song. I went with a cover. That's sort of been my approach to these. So the best Ozzy-related cover I could find that was by an artist that I like and that we haven't already put on the playlist was the Screaming Trees and their cover of the Sabbath song Tomorrow's Dream. It's quite good. And that's one dead vocalist covering another dead vocalist, which is a nice, fun little bonus for you. Darren, what's your pick?
My pick was a song by the wrestler Rikishi Fatu, who put out a bunch of singles as a rapper. But one of the ones he released last year was a diss track of Hulk Hogan.
Be a Man? Is it a cover of Be a Man?
It's like that. It's not as bad. He's a much better rapper than Randy Savage.
Does he still wrestle, or is he just a rapper now?
No, he's just a rapper now.
I don't think he's even even that invested in the rapping, is he? He just put out some singles.
Well, yeah, like Jacob Fatu just put out a single, and Rikishi has a guest spot on it, so he's been active.
But this is a full-on. It's diss track. It mentions the finger poke of doom. It mentions him burying people and stuff, and it also has a big sample of the Iron Sheik in the beginning of it. Like the first 10 to 15 seconds of it is Mean Gene interviewing the Iron Sheik about what a piece of shit Hulk Hogan is. So it's wonderful. It's just serendipitous. I just found this just as Hulk Hogan died, and I'm very happy with it. It's a pretty good song too.
That's awesome. And we also have a guest submission from a loyal listener, Jeremy. He picked the song Spaceman by Babylon Zoo. And he says the reason for this song is the new Mortal Kombat trailer dropped. And I remember having a cassette called More Combat. This song would always get stuck in my head as a kid, and it's not too bad today. You be the judge.
I have very mixed feelings about that movie. I'm going to see it, but it could be great or it could be horrible. Or both.
Yeah, probably. Sure. Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is yet, but just from the trailer. But we
got to wait and see what Mike Francesa thinks of it. That's how you don't go see it until he pre-screens for you and lets you know.
I will say I think the Street Fighter movie looks awful. I mean, that I know is going to be really bad.
Probably.
I'm going to watch it just because the stunt casting really has me kind of curious at how they do it, but I agree it's going to be bad. The Mortal Kombat movie looks terrible, but at least the graphics look nice.
Like Francesa is like, you can't. Zangief is not supposed to. He's supposed to have a beard, okay? You can't have Zangief, clean shaven Zangief. It doesn't work, okay? Have you seen the games? Have you seen the games?
You've paying attention.
And I know nobody picks Dalsim, but come on. It's got extendo arms. Come on. You can't have a Dalsim without extendo arms.
Let's talk about our top Livecast fans of the week.
Yeah.
I picked $8 a month to get a shout out at the end of the show. Okay, thank you so much. How should we do it?
That's a good one. It's a good question. Something related to the Hulk Hogan funeral.
Oh,
like okay, go.
Oh, it wasn't about the funeral though.
That's
I was just gonna say like how did Hulk Hogan lie to put himself over this person?
Oh, that's quite elaborate, Rob. Good luck.
Oh, you could do an easier one.
Hulk Hogan told Benjamin he would put him over in the main event of Survivor Series 89, and then at the last minute said that wasn't going to work for me, brother. He promised Dan R a refereeing gig in WCW when he joined in 95 and then ghosted him. Shasur Sasusits was supposed to get a New Japan booking with Stan Hansen, but Hogan biffed him. Lando Danks and LaCroix were going to come in as members of the NWO, but instead Hogan called in Corey and Scotty H. Jeremy was going to run in at WrestleMania 8 to save Hulk Hogan from Sid Justice, but instead Mr. Schmertzler told Papa Shango to come out, leaving Jeremy backstage with Douglas, who are you, Levison, asking him what the hell was going on. And then Slinky's had to come over and say, did you get the chicken parm for Hulk? And then that's what Jander was called, because he had a chicken parm restaurant. And Hulk Hogan promised he would buy out the chicken parm restaurant and turn it into one of his limited franchise opportunities, Pasta Mania, an actual restaurant that Hulk Hogan tried to franchise. And when Jander heard about it, he called Randy and he said, blah. All right, that's
everybody.
That's my little riff. Thank you to our top Livecast fans. Thank you to all of our listeners. We'll be back next week. Until then, we love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.